After 8 long months, week 1 is finally here. On the Third and Thirsty podcast, we're going to break down the Chargers and the Chiefs, the Broncos and the Titans, and the Raiders and the Patriots. Let's get into it now. Cheers.
Football's back, baby.
Let's go. So we're just here to have fun, talk some shit about the AFC West, gang up on the Chiefs every once in a while, but mostly focus on Edgar and the Raiders. Terrible head coach, but you have to give it to him. He is a pretty good offensive coordinator.
I think so too.
And I think he's going to come out so pissed now against the Raiders. Firing him on Halloween when he's trick-or-treating with his kids, having to tell him
about that.
On Halloween, having to be like, yo, dad got fired. I suck at my job. Welcome into the Third and Thirsty podcast. Your one-pot stop for Broncos, Chargers, Raiders, Kansas City referee, and Taylor Swift free AFC West banter. I'm Alex Bell. I'm a Bronco fan, lifelong witness to Super Bowls 1, 2, and 3. To my left, Omar Rubio. He's a Chargers fan. He's never seen his team win a Super Bowl. To my right, Edgar Larios. He's a Raider fan. He's also never seen his team win a Super Bowl. Neither of them ever will see their teams win Super Bowls. But it's another year. It's a new slate. We're finally week 1. It's a long wait. 8 months is finally over. We're back into it.
Yep.
Week 1 is finally here. It's the best week of the year. Except for this year for the Bronco fans win a Super Bowl. But outside of that,
right.
This is the second best week of the year.
No, man, this is super exciting. This is what we've all been waiting for. When we started this pod, like early in the offseason, we were like, man, we can't wait till the football season is here. And we made it here thanks to everybody that's been following us and watching along. But can't say anything else, but I'm super excited.
Yep, we're all pumped. Technically, Thursday, I guess, is when the season starts. We get to watch the Micah Parsons list. Cowboys take on the Eagles, and then we really jump into it Friday. The next day, got the Chargers. So we're finally here. Last installment of the restaurant series.
I was about to ask him, like, are we still at the restaurant?
Oh no, we're still the waitress is walking up with our food. We could, she's coming in with the food now. So my ribeyes come in.
My filet is coming.
And then,
ribs.
And your ribs.
I don't know about you guys, but I got fork and my knife in hand, and I'm ready to cut that baby boy up and get going.
Ready to
I'm
go.
already drunk because I was waiting for this food for way too long.
8 months is a long time to wait. But now that we're finally here, next week we're going to be able to tell you about how the food tasted, depending on how the teams played. Hopefully that ribeye is juicy and perfectly cooked, like I expect it to be. So let's get into these games. I think this episode we'll break down each game. We'll give a parlay with a lay taking into consideration each 3 of our teams. And then we'll give our final predictions for each game, each AFC West game. Obviously, we're not going to do the whole NFL.
That take way more than an hour that we give ourselves.
So let's start with the game that's happening the earliest on the schedule. We got Friday night. We got the Chargers and the Chiefs in Brazil.
Yep, Brazil, man. Chargers are getting ready to make their way out there. It's a long trip, so they're a couple days early, get acclimated. The time change isn't too crazy, but still
long travel.
Yeah.
Anybody ever look up how long that flight is?
I want to say it was like 8 or 9 hours.
Were they already over there?
No, they're going to be leaving here soon. I think tomorrow maybe they're heading out, getting there a couple days early, getting another practice or 2 in, and then just get acclimated to their surroundings and where they're going to play, maybe the field. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm glad that we get a standalone game first week of the season versus the Chiefs, and yeah, I think it's going to be a really good matchup with 2 teams that are. I don't know how to say this except for maybe one team trying to get back to where they were, and another team kind of maybe getting up to their level and maybe trying to get up above them, with the Chargers trying to get up above the Chiefs, because all 3 of our teams have been behind them all 9-10 years in the last 9-10 years.
Yeah, that was one name under consideration for this podcast was the AFC West bottom dwellers.
Yeah.
But we're hoping that won't be the case after this season, or at least one team steps up and takes over. But Yeah, it's been a long time that the Chiefs have been running the division.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams have question marks on the offensive line to start off the season, with the Chiefs' offensive line getting some new pieces within the draft. They did re-sign one of their best guards there, who was probably would have been the top guard in the free agency. But Chargers made their own signings. Unfortunately, like we said before, had a tough loss there for the season with Slater going down. But I think they have enough. I think they have enough on the offensive line with the type of running backs they have and the blocking outside of the running or the offensive line, which is like the tight ends, fullbacks. They have a lot of big guys. That's what they really focused on this offense, is beefing up, doing what they want to do, is having a power run game. And that's why I think that's what's going to give the Chiefs a little bit of trouble this year, is the power run game that the Chargers are trying to instill and hopefully will be instilling come week 1.
I don't know, man. They got Chris Jones on that other side. That's going to be pretty tough to overcome. You feel pretty confident that they're going to be able to neutralize him?
It's just run away from him, and then hopefully when they run at him, maybe double team him. And I don't really see much besides him on that defensive line that is too worrisome.
I feel like they have like a pretty good front seven. Like, even I don't really know their linebackers' names. I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like they still play pretty good against the run, and they're pretty good at like covering as well too. But I honestly, like, for my opinion is that, yeah, you guys losing Slater is gonna really like make it super difficult for you guys. But it's not impossible. Like you said, you guys can either, with all that beef in the front, you guys can make it happen. But with Chris Jones and with the Chiefs, I think they were ranked like top 10 at least, not like top 5. But like, I know they were a pretty good defense, so it's gonna be a lot to ask for, basically. I mean, it is early in the season. Your guys' defense is definitely gonna harass Mahomes, but it's just gonna depend on which offense can come out. Could make more plays, basically.
Yeah, I get that, and I do feel like it is a question mark for the Chargers. But I just feel like their mindset's changed from last year. They're not a finesse team. Even last year, they were kind of getting away from that a little bit. But with the personnel that they had, it played out how it played out. I just think this year they're going to be running a lot of like 12, 13, and 22 personnel with like 2 tight ends, a fullback, maybe sometimes even just one receiver, and here's the run. Stop it, you know?
Yeah, but like I said, like, if they have if they can stop you guys without Slater, even if you guys have that tall personnel, it's not going to really do anything, because they're going to be like, oh, well, you know, worst case scenario, we can stop the pass, we can stop the run, but we got to just focus on the pass. But like I said, if you guys can make it happen, if with all that beef in front, you guys can make it, you guys can still run the ball, then that game, you guys probably, like, I can see you guys probably win it.
Yeah, and that's what I think they're going to hang their hat on this year, is the run.
Is that what after this offseason and watching those couple preseason games, that what you're really looking forward to seeing how it's going to shake out?
Yeah, the running game, definitely. Mm-hmm. I saw their second, third string running backs. A lot of them that didn't even make the team, but they were hard runners. Most of them were falling forward. No, even if they were getting hit in the backfield, they're still picking up at least a yard or two, not losing yardage. So I think that's the type of running backs that they have, and it's not going to be first down, and then you're going to lose 3 yards, so you're 2nd and 13, 2nd and 14. You're going to get a lot more of even just a 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7, and then you pick up another 3-4 yards. Then you're putting yourself in more manageable third down positions there. So I think that's what's going to help out a lot.
Okay. What about defense? How do you think they're going to hold up? I think this what's going to be interesting, at least for the Chiefs, is seeing how Josh Simmons is going to hold up at left tackle.
That's exactly
what he's going to look like.
And you took the words right out of my mouth. I think our defensive line is going to give them their hands full. It's going to be not just like one person, but I think they have like a rotation of players that are going to come in and kind of spell each other, so it keeps everybody fresh, especially on the defensive line. So I think that's what's going to give their offensive line fits. It's just not seeing the same move over and over and over. You get different guys coming in with different specialties, or maybe somebody a little quicker, somebody a little stronger. So I think that's what's going to help us out on defense. No, besides obviously Khalil Mack, he's his own person. He does what he does. Everybody else is kind of going to come in and do the pitch in. They're all going to chip in, and that's what's going to keep everybody fresh, hopefully, and keep everybody. Even when somebody goes down, you'll have somebody that's already been playing, so they're just already in sync with the rest of the defense.
Well, you sound pretty damn confident going up against the Chiefs, who again were 15-2 last year.
But we all said all their wins, 6-7 of their wins came by less than a touchdown.
They were 10-1 in one-score games.
Yeah.
Which
that's not going to happen again.
Your gut tells you that's not going to happen again, but then you forget that the NFL has their thumb on the scale a little bit when it comes to the Chiefs. I don't think any of us disagree with that.
Clifford Jr.
So most of the people watching this, if you're a Broncos, Chargers, or Raider fan, you probably feel that way. If for some reason you're a Chiefs fan and you're watching, maybe hate watching us, you might feel a little differently. But I think it's pretty damn obvious over the last 3-4 years that they get some calls their way that some other teams don't, or some calls that maybe go uncalled.
Oh yeah,
when it comes to offensive holding, there's been plenty of times.
And shit.
Yeah.
Or even just the complaining that Mahomes does. Like, you don't see many other quarterbacks do that much complaining, but he does just because he knows it's going to help him. He knows it's going to work.
Yeah. So they've got their work cut out for them on Friday night.
Yeah, and I expect it to be a tough game, good game. Two great coaches, two good quarterbacks, and I think.
Well, we went good instead of great.
Great quarterbacks.
Who's good?
I don't know.
I know we're not.
Matter.
We're not discounting Mahomes. No. So all right. Herbert's
two great quarterbacks, I guess.
Yeah, Herbert's good.
But it's going to be a tough matchup, division game right off the bat. So I'm pretty confident. I hope that we'll show what we can do with that run game, and it's gonna propel us forward.
Well, we'll find out Friday. It's just going to be a couple of days. By the time this episode comes out, it'll be Wednesday, so it'll be 2 days from the time this episode comes out. We'll be watching at a bar somewhere in Carmel or Monterey, California.
I'll be camping.
And you'll be camping. Somehow.
It's on YouTube TV.
Watching on YouTube, so.
Yeah, once you get done watching our pod, switch over to that YouTube TV, and then you can watch the game.
Yeah, we're not on YouTube TV, but
we're on YouTube. That's what I said.
We are on YouTube.
Over to YouTube TV.
No. Switch over from YouTube TV. I know it's on YouTube. We're on YouTube. We're not on YouTube.
I know.
TV.
I said once you're done watching our pod, switch over to YouTube TV and you can watch the game.
Oh, you don't know what YouTube TV is? Okay.
It is. You could switch on your app on the TV.
Okay. Yeah, that's not what YouTube TV is. But anyone that's watching, thank you for watching. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell Omar what YouTube TV is. He's not a part of the stream.
It's an app.
Apparently.
You can switch over on the app to the next app.
So that pretty much covers the Chargers game. We're going to get into final predictions at the end of the pod. We're going to do all three teams, all three games. But now that we've done the Chargers game, we'll go in order of the schedule. Raiders have that 10 o'clock Pacific time, 1 o'clock Eastern against the Patriots. How you feeling, Edgar?
Dude, honestly, I'm excited. Finally gonna wake up and fucking have my coffee with a little bit of fucking Kahlua and that shit. Just fucking ready for that.
Football season is back, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Wait until the London games start. Oh man, football season is the best.
Like I said, I predicted last week. I'm predicting the Raiders to win.
Spoiler alert.
But in the end of the day, it's going to be a really, really tough game. Both teams are coming off new coaches, new schemes, new everything. With whatever like weakness each team has, the other team has like something like their position is pretty strong. So, for example, like the Patriots' offensive line it's pretty weak with a lot of new pieces, especially that first round pick. Excuse me. And I wouldn't say the Raiders are like top 10, but they're like top 20 at least. Our secondary is dead last almost, or it is dead last actually. And we're playing against Stephon Diggs and the receivers, which they're pretty ranked pretty high. And I mean, Diggs is a really good receiver, so there's a really good chance he can just fucking murder us. Like we can end up being like the Chargers, just losing by one receiver.
I think when it comes to Diggs, though, you guys are catching him at a good time because he's coming off that ACL,
He's still hurt.
going into a new
Like,
system.
he's not really showing any like.
I don't think Diggs has anything left in the tank, unless it's pink and powdered. But I honestly, looking at Diggs at this point, he's, especially as a Bronco fan with the secondary we have, he's not something that scares me. But if I was a Raiders fan, I don't know.
He might have something left in the tank. Want to show everybody that, like, just prove everybody wrong. That might just be added, motivation for him this year.
I think there's something on the Patriots sideline that fits that bill, but I don't know if it would be Stephon Diggs, and I think that's Josh McDaniels.
And to be honest with you, like I was actually like, because obviously like people know that Jacoby Myers wants to get traded, and they were looking into trading him back to the Patriots because one, they have no receivers besides Stephon Diggs. Excuse me. And they were trying to get rid of I think it was Jabril
Peppers.
What was it? The safety?
Yeah.
Or linebacker. So they were thinking of trading for him, but they ended up releasing him. So Raiders are currently trying to sign him, but we'll see how that goes. But besides that, I feel like our defense can really step up against their O-line, especially like our O-line and stuff. The only thing that I can honestly say that I can be worried about this defense is Diggs, depending on his health status. Like if he's 100% healthy, or like or at least 80, you never know. Our corners have no experience, so like with somebody with that much experience, I mean, he doesn't have to be 100%. He could probably be 80, 70%. And also their rookie running back Trayvon Henderson.
Yeah,
I feel like he's going to be one of their big.
Yeah, he had a
big
good preseason.
weapons.
That was definitely a guy that, as a Bronco fan, looking at running backs in the draft, definitely caught my eye. He's a beast for sure.
Yeah,
I'd be definitely worried about him.
Week 2 preseason, I feel like the Raiders played the running defense played really good. So I'm kind of confident, but I mean that's only preseason. Like you never really know.
Ooh.
So,
Yeah,
so we'll see how that goes.
I think most teams are going to know that the Raiders are going to try to hang their hat on the pass rush, and so they're going to run the ball a lot more, and that's usually what neutralizes a pass rush is running the ball.
Yeah, but the thing is that a lot of players that we got are really good against the run and not so good against the pass. So if they would try to go against us, especially our linebackers, just easily just go for a pass. Because if you're gonna go for a run, I mean, like I said, Elandon Roberts, like he was ranked top 5 against the run. Jermaine Pratt, pretty much same thing. Like he was ranked top as running defense, but between those two, they weren't even close to being for passing defense. Like they were probably like towards the end of the linebackers. So I mean, I'm not gonna say that they're gonna be top or number one defense, rushing defense, but I do feel like we're gonna be able to control or like at least minimize the effect for Trayvon. But they do have what's his name?
Ramondre Stevenson?
Yeah, Stevenson. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, maybe with a 1-2 attack, maybe it would.
I was,
but I mean,
I'd be way more worried about the rook, especially the first game. You don't know how he's going to look. I'd be way more worried about him.
Yeah,
being able to catch lightning in a bottle against a pretty bad defense. And like I mentioned before, I think as much as we hate Josh McDaniels together as Broncos and Raider fans,
I liked him when he was with you
yeah,
guys.
I'm sure you did.
I loved him.
I bet Chargers and Chiefs fans love Josh McDaniels. Obviously, he's a terrible head coach, but you have to give it to him. He is a pretty good offensive coordinator.
I think so too.
And I think he's going to come out so pissed now against the Raiders, firing him on Halloween when he was trick or treating with his kids. Having to tell
Forgot
him
about that.
on Halloween, having to be like, "Yo, Dad got fired. I suck at my job." I think he's going to be pretty pissed, and
He's still.
I don't know,
paid.
man.
Why would I get paid? Why would you get paid if you're still getting paid even when you got fired?
Because of
If I got fired and I wasn't getting paid, then that would be a whole different thing. But
no, it was just like the embarrassment of getting fired. It's
Yeah,
it's one
especially
thing
at
if
this
you
level.
get fired and like nobody knows about it because we're just
new.
no. I'm saying if we get fired and nobody knows about it because we're just normal ass people. But if
Yeah.
a fucking offensive coordinator gets fired, everybody in the world knows.
Yeah,
yeah,
everybody
if I get
knows.
fired, no one in Iowa is going to know about it.
Yeah.
Even everybody knew that this was going to get fired.
Well, it happened, and
Yeah.
I'm sure he was pretty pissed off about it. So, as much as I hate Josh McDaniels, trust me, I hate him.
Revenge game.
Not only did he suck as a Broncos head coach, but he also beat the
I
Broncos
wouldn't be
multiple
surprised
times.
if, like, I mean, yeah, sure, he can be like pissed and everything, but I just feel like with that O line, like it's only the only way they can actually win is it's going to be that running game. That running game is going to set up the pass and everything. So if that running
You're not
game
worried
can
about
go-
Drake May year two getting.
I am worried. He's a great quarterback, and I know he's going to become a really good quarterback. But I don't feel like they got enough receiver weapons around him. They have Stephon Diggs, Hunter Henry, and Trayvon Henderson. And that's all I know. They just got rid of another receiver, Clinton Bourne or something like that.
Mhm.
So it's like, who do they have? Like, if I would have, like, if they had another couple more receivers, I would have been like, yeah, there's no, like, we probably gonna lose. But at the end of the day, they only have Diggs, from what I know, and it's only Diggs, Hunter Henry, Trayvon Henderson, and Stevenson, or whatever that was, the other running back is.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
defense, I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong, and I'm pretty sure. I mean, the Raiders with them, learning a new scheme and everything, and they might struggle and everything, but you never know. We'll see how that goes right there. Because I mean, last year I feel like last year's defense it wasn't as great. Even though if Mike Vrabel wants to make them like play harder, I just don't think it's going to be enough.
I guess we'll find out. Again, I mean, we're less than a week away now. Sunday morning, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
For us on the West Coast here in California. We'll find
so
out.
tight that we get to wake up and at 10 o'clock have beer just because football's on.
Again, yeah, I mean, that's definitely one of the perks of living here on the West Coast is having those games start at 10. Get out of church, come home, pick up some breakfast. By the time you get home, football's on TV, and switch to beer mode and do that until you go to sleep. And then again, London games, even better. 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
You wake up at halftime. So you can't beat that. So before we get to the Broncos game, which they're playing the Titans at 1 o'clock Pacific time, I want to thank everybody that's watching on YouTube, anybody that's listening on Spotify, Apple. Like, subscribe, follow, hit us on Instagram. We're on Instagram at Third and Thirsty Podcast. Anybody, or you guys want to add anything to that?
Nope. Just like you said, like, subscribe. It really helps us out. Gets this thing going, getting off the ground because we're still early on in our pod life here.
For sure.
So the more likes, subscribes, and comments that we get, the more we're gonna get, and the better we are gonna get out there for other people.
Yeah, totally. And if you're just checking us out now for the first time, we've been doing this since April. We have a whole off season of breakdowns and coverage and more fun that we got into. So check out those old episodes too. If you're bored, looking for something to watch on YouTube, check us out, man.
And if you want to talk shit, bring it.
Yeah, that's why
Go
we're
ahead
here.
and comment whatever you need. Go for it.
That's why we're here. Again, I think we've mentioned plenty of times on the pod, but it's nice to remind people every once in a while, maybe once a month or so, that we're not football experts. I think I played the highest level of competitive ball at sophomore year, JV, left tackle, and that was about 90 pounds ago for me too. So it gives you kind of an idea of how good I was at left tackle for a really bad JV football team. I don't think any of us are pretending to be experts. We're just here to have fun, talk some shit about the AFC West, gang up on the Chiefs every once in a while, but mostly focus on Edgar and the Raiders.
Yeah, we're like we said, we're not experts. We're just enthusiasts of our own teams.
Yeah,
And
We just like to talk shit, and like he said, he's like to talk shit about the Raiders, but we don't just talk about shit about our own teams. We also have teams that we don't like. For example, Cowboys. So for
Dolphins.
it's like Steelers,
Steelers, yeah.
fucking what else? Niners. Like
The hate expands
there's
throughout.
Yeah.
the fucking like this is football. It goes everywhere. So
Yeah.
don't
So-
take it personal. Comment if you have anything to say. Go for it.
Yep.
If you take it personal, who cares? Bring it.
If you take it
Yeah,
personal,
let us know. We don't care.
You might want to check yourself.
Tell the hater in the middle, the leader of the the not knowing ball podcast.
Yeah, that's what it
Like
was.
some other commenters will let us know. Yeah, once you get through your real deep football knowledge podcast, come to us to have a little bit more fun, a little bit more
Yeah,
lighthearted,
exactly.
talk some shit.
Drink a beer.
That's what we're here for. Yeah,
Have a beer and
yeah.
enjoy it.
Yep. So let's get into the Bronco game. Broncos play the Titans, 1:00. I'll be watching this game on my phone. Probably not being able to be super locked in because we'll be playing Spyglass Hill up in Monterey on a little golf trip, which just happened to land on week 1 of NFL season. So I'll be watching when I can. And then I'm going to have to dive into the All-22 after. But I'm excited for this game because I think the NFL schedule makers gave the Broncos a little bit of a layup to start.
Definitely.
Especially going off of last year. They definitely could have used it. They started off pretty slow last year, specifically Bo. I don't expect that to be the case, especially now that they're playing the Titans week 1. We kind of really walked over this one when we did last week's season predictions because, I mean, the Broncos are the heaviest favorites going into week 1. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Looking at the Titans defense, I don't think any of us watched a single Titans game last year, right?
And then probably not.
Why
If there
the-
was like
why
a
the-
Thursday game,
Yeah,
maybe
Thursday night.
Monday.
All I know is that because I saw like some kind of like quick like podcast video about it that their whole things changed, like whole new defense, whole new offense.
Well, they needed it. But I was surprised when I went to go look at their defensive stats. And the first thing I noticed, they gave up the third most points throughout the season, which wasn't surprising, right? You get the number 1 overall pick. You're giving up a lot of points. But looking at the stats, I kind of have to attribute that to how bad the offense was. They were 5.2 yards per play, which is actually 7th in the NFL. Not terrible. The Broncos were 4.9, and they were second. So not too far behind in yards per play. Second in the league against the pass, which you could attribute that to the fact that they were probably behind in a lot of games, so teams were just running against them, which shows that they're 26th in rushing. But a little bit better than I thought. Looking at the stats, at least, again, I didn't watch a single Titans game last year because why the hell would you watch Will Levis play football? But obviously that was a big change with Cam Ward, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they got some big changes coming in. Draymond Jones coming over from Seattle, who was previously with Denver. We've talked about him a little bit on the pod. Getting replaced by Zach Allen, who went on and became an All-Pro and got paid. Draymond Jones is on his second team. Draymond Jones, if you're listening, you're a bitch. They also got Cody Barton. He was with the Broncos last year, inside linebacker. He had a pretty decent year filling in for Alex Singleton while he was hurt. So the Titans, I feel obviously they're pretty bad team, finishing with the first pick, but I think they'll be a little bit better this year, given the fact that they have a new quarterback. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it all depends on what he's going to do. The quarterback, Cam Ward is. The Titans will only go as far as he'll take them.
Well, we saw all the freaking those freaking memes and shit with fucking what's that quarterback's name again?
Will Levis?
Will Levis?
Will Levis.
Mayonnaise?
How he would always turn over the ball and like he would like be on his knees going like
Yeah.
fucking,
Yeah, he was a mess.
So yeah, he was turning over the ball countless times, and trust me, I know that feeling. And so maybe I would say that the defense will be better and the offense will be a whole lot better, but yeah, only thing we can do is just wait and see at that point.
Yeah, I mean, just looking more at the roster the Titans have,
It's not a good roster.
No.
They're
decent players.
they're years away from contending. They're at least 2 years from now. After this year, they're like maybe 2 years away from contending.
Like they got good players. Like I'm not saying they're like all pros and shit, but they got like Tony Pollard. They got Calvin Ridley.
Yes.
What's the other?
They got Lockett now.
Yeah, Lockett. Exactly.
Yeah, again, looking at that, especially I was going to get into the offense. Pollard had a couple down years. Ridley, he went over 1,000 again last year.
He's just been on bad teams.
He's been on bad teams, but obviously with the Broncos defense, you put PS2 on Ridley, you take him out of the game. Tyler Lockett I think he had 500, 600 yards last year.
Yeah, he's not really.
He's really dropped off. Also, guess his age. Just guess.
Probably like 28.
32.
32. It feels like hasn't been in the league that long. He's old as hell.
Yeah,
32 years old.
Yeah,
does he have a brother in the league?
I don't know. Maybe we're getting it mixed up or something.
Maybe,
Yeah, Tyler Lockett sure as hell doesn't scare you at 32 years old.
He was never like a number 1 or 2
Think of the
receiver. He
Pates.
was a receiver where like you needed somebody to catch this ball.
Yeah, totally. And that's a good receiver to have. But when he's 32 years old and he's your second option, might worry a little bit. Van Jefferson, they brought in as well. He's on the other side of 30, but he's still 28, 29. He's never had a huge season. I think last year he had 300 yards.
I heard there was 2 weapons that the Titans had that we should keep an eye out. But I mean, even if they are that good, I mean it's a Broncos defense, so we'll see how that goes. And it's the tight end. I can't even pronounce his last name.
Yeah, it's Okunwa. Chick Okunwa.
And I think I'll have to look at my phone, but it's like a rookie receiver. He's been pretty quick, breaking ankles and all this and that, but they're going up against a really good defense, so they're going to need all the weapons they can.
Yeah, it's going to be a really tough start for Cam Ward to have to go into Mile High, face the Broncos defense with a lack of weapons. So we'll see how it goes for him. On the offensive side for the Broncos, really excited to see the offense actually getting in there, being at full speed. One player that really didn't play at all during the preseason was J.K. Dobbins. I think that's a reason for that.
Definitely a reason for that.
No, well, obviously you want to keep him healthy. That's probably number one. He was on the field. He just didn't get carries. I think Sean Payton has all the faith in him. He is going to be the number 1 running back, even in front of Harvey.
Smart to do. Not
especially
to put so much on the plate for his rookie.
Yeah. But that 1-2 punch, I think, is going to be really fun to watch. Last year, obviously, the Broncos had Javonte Williams, Jaleel McLaughlin. That didn't work out too well. This year, with Dobbins and Harvey, I mean, Dobbins just being super reliable. And then Harvey with his breakaway speed, his potential to break off those long runs. The running game, again, against the 26th ranked rushing defense last year. Obviously, you're going to have some opportunity to get the ball rolling there, which I think they're going to need, especially, kind of implementing this new system that they have, kind of this zone edge, seeing if they could break it off to the edge. They got the running backs to be able to do it. It's just going to be implementing it and getting it down and getting those blocks down from the line. This is going to be a good way to start that off with.
It's almost like a new running scheme altogether.
It is.
Yeah, because last year it was more gap scheme centric, and then your backs were just bigger bodied backs. It's just kind of
just running
into the
running into the ass of Quinn Myers.
Yes. And this year it's more. I think it's because they know what they have in their backfield. They don't like narrow their themselves to saying like, all right, we have this. This is our system. This is how we're going to play. It's like, no, we're going to work with what we have. So that just shows the coaching there is on point with what they're doing. Just because
what I heard is that Sean Payton thinks that Harvey's not ready to be that joker, that running back joker that he wants them to be. He thinks that another year or so maybe that he'll be ready because he has the body and everything for it, but. He said that he's like, nah, he's not ready. So that's why he brought in J.K. Dobbins.
I don't know who your sources are. I don't know if that was the case for bringing in Dobbins. I think it was more so
that as for a running back. There was a running back, like, let's get him going, like, right away. Because if you waste a year, every year for a quarterback, for a running back is like 2-3 years in football.
I'm not saying that they're going to bench or they're benching Harvey or anything. I'm just saying that the reason why they didn't like fully on just make him the starter and like just have a random backup for him was because apparently that he wasn't ready to take on that position yet. Not saying that he wasn't capable of, but he's literally like,
he's a rookie.
And I'm not saying that my source can be wrong too. Like I'm not saying that either because
we don't have
over
sources.
here, a Denver fan over here getting all upset about it. But
I'm freaking pissed now.
No, but it's smart. It's like he's a rookie, so we can't give him that much.
But for me, I was like, there's running backs out here that there's been running backs out there that are ready, and everything.
Yeah, but there's a reason. The same thing with like the Raiders, why they brought in Amari Cooper here at the end. It's because they have one receiver, Mayers, and then just rookies and unknowns behind that. So
they brought Coop because of the receivers. That's
what I'm saying, because of the receivers.
Yeah,
because you have
talking about running back.
No, I'm saying it's the same comparison. You bring in a veteran because you don't want to put too much on these rookies' plates first year in, and even if it's the first 3 games, it's going to go like heavy on the veteran, and then as you get acclimated, we'll start slowly switching over.
And supposedly, I guess we picked up Cooper without thinking that fucking Mayers wanted to get traded, so we were going to pick up a receiver regardless if this wanted to get traded. So, we'll see how that goes.
Okay. Well, back to the Bronco game.
No, I was just making that comparison.
No, totally. No. My take as a Bronco fan is Harvey wasn't brought in to be the number one bell cow back. Sean Payton's never really had a bell cow to begin with.
But he always had.
He also had Ingram. Or Bush. He always.
Ingram was more with Bush, I feel like.
Yeah, but again. Even if it's 65-35, he's breaking it up.
What you're saying, but I'm just being like, I feel like Kamara was the one that was like,
if he takes the bulk of it, that's fine. But Peyton's not a bell cow back system. Looking at like Broncos from the past, he's not looking at like having a Terrell Davis or a Clinton Portis. He likes to have his stable of backs, usually 2.
I always remember them having a lot of backs because somebody would get hurt and they'd just. It's like they just recycle them, found them out of nowhere, and they always had them.
Hurt or got suspended, or whatever. Like their running backs really went to nothing.
I remember Ingram having good years.
I feel like Ingram was more with Reggie, like towards Reggie Bush's end.
Ingram was there for a while, bro.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like he was there towards Reggie Bush's end, and like Kamara's beginning, if anything, and then after that, like I think he got traded to
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Okay, well, getting back to the Bronco game, we've talked about those running backs a little bit more, but just want to, before we get on to the next segments of building a parlay and predictions, talk about Bo a little bit. Last year obviously he had a really rough start against the Seahawks, against the Steelers, against the Jets. I think looking to this game, really want to see him get off to a hot start, especially against a poor defense. So definitely looking to see him connect with, obviously, Sutton. Talked about him a lot. Mims is injured, kind of. He practiced today. Today's Monday. We're recording. I imagine he'll be playing.
Which is injury?
Groin.
Oh.
Yeah, speed guy, growing injury.
Yeah.
Not great. So he might be pretty limited. Fading him on underdog, by the way. But, Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant, those guys, seeing if they can step up. And then Emmett Ingram, he's going to be a pretty constant part of that offense as well. So this is the best part of the year, is really seeing how everything that Sean Payton's putting together the last 8 months, formulating, obviously keeping things close to his chest in the preseason, being able to see it in action week 1. Really excited.
Well, it's just everybody, man. Everybody's excited.
Right.
It's all the talking. All the talking we've been doing now. It's
finally here.
It's game time.
All the talking. Shut the hell up. Let's get it on the field.
Let's get it on the field. Yup. Yeah. But I feel like that's for everybody, man. Everybody's been building for this. Everybody's been talking, building. We'll see. Now is the time. Now is the time that we're going to be able to actually see the games and hopefully see the Chargers win on Thursday or Friday.
Oh, we're all so excited. We're all so excited. Again, shout out to anybody that's listening. Hit the subscribe button if you've made it this far, especially like, comment. We'll always reply to your comments. Hit us up on Instagram, Third and Thirsty Podcast. Definitely always respond there. Let's get into parlay.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So again, we're here in California. Sports betting is very limited. So we're stuck with apps like Underdog to build parlays. We cannot bet on football games, but we'll have a little bit of fun here in California. God forbid you spend $10 betting on a football game. Go shit in the street in LA instead. You're better off doing that. So let's do one leg each from each team. And then see if we could hit.
Sounds good.
All right. Tell the people what we're thinking. Who wants to start?
To do the same thing we did with the schedule, or just
Don't matter.
No, don't matter.
Throw one out.
Throw one out.
What do you
Go
feel?
for it, Edgar.
all right. When I took a look, I can pick. There's plenty of different ones I could pick, but I feel like the most easiest one is Michael Mayer. Michael Mayer, over 13.5 yards. I feel like one catch with just for one trying to get one first down is done. And since they're trying to do that 12 man, like they're trying to run 12 man all the time, I feel like it's gonna be very possible.
Yeah, it's a good one. I mean, all the attention obviously is going to be on Bowers, right? So
Bowers and Genty.
yeah,
Mhm.
Try to stop the run right away.
yeah. But I think we all see it kind of being a close game too. So
Oh yeah,
you're
I feel
going to
like
have all game to open up that passing game
I
and
feel
seeing if
like-
you can sneak Bowers in there.
I feel like what the Patriots are gonna like, they're gonna be like, oh well, the Raiders know that they're a run first team, so they're gonna be trying to run the ball a lot. So I'm hoping they try to do some kind of play actions and all that.
They will
Tight ends and all that stuff.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, Geno Smith really plays well off the play actions.
Yeah, he does. All those bootlegs.
Yeah.
Most of the time when I've ever seen him make big plays, have usually been on those play action bootleg and let those plays develop downfield.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like that one for sure. I'm sorry, Omar.
I thought it was a pretty easy one as well. I had Keenan Allen, return of Keenan Allen, getting over 3.5 receptions for this game. I feel like just the connectivity that him and Herbert have is just going to show out again. It's going to be evident that they're still got that connection. It's still going to be easy. It's still going to be third and Keenan. So when it's third down, he knows where he's going to be. They know exactly what each other are thinking at that point. So it's going to be easy, I think, to get 4 catches for him.
Yeah, I feel pretty safe about that one as well. I mean, you say, oh, well, he's on a new team, but not really. He's coming back not
took
only
a
the same
break. He
team,
took
but
a
he's
break
going
last
back to
year.
the same quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's only like, I mean, yes, he was all right, but it just depends on like if he feels comfortable with them, then good. But with Lattimore Conkley and the other 2 receivers, or at least was it your 3rd or 4th round pick, the one that you guys?
There's our 2nd round pick, Trey Harris, and then
the one that was like
5th round pick, KLS.
He's been doing good in the preseason.
But they're rookies. He's gonna go with who he trusts.
Especially to get out the gate
Yes.
against the Chiefs.
It was the Chiefs, so
And if you got 2 guys, even if they play similar roles, run different routes, and then it's a different game. You're not just gonna have them go out there and run the same exact routes, be in the same spot. Like no, they can both play on the outside, inside. They can move around.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It just depends on who he's comfortable with throwing it to. But like I said, I'm not saying he's not comfortable throwing it to Keenan Allen, but I'm just wondering like how comfortable he is throwing it to the other receivers. That's why.
Nah, he'll get more snaps than the other receivers. Definitely. That's why I think he'll get over those 4 catches or 3.5.
3.5. Just got to get to 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance he gets that by halftime.
Yeah.
So feel pretty solid about that one as well. Going over to the Broncos, kind of alluded a little bit earlier, talking about Marvin Mims, thinking he might be a tad limited with a growing injury this week. So that opens it up for the other wide receivers. Looking at Troy Franklin, he's been the darling this offseason. Us Bronco fans are pretty damn excited that he's going to have a breakout year. Looks totally different this season. Switched his number back from 16 back to 11 where he was with Oregon. for some reason that feels important? You guys feel like numbers are important for players?
No.
A little bit of confidence boost.
I was going to say in their head, I guess it does.
You guys were athletes. Did you
Yeah.
feel better in different numbers?
I mean, it feels like, it makes them feel younger, like college years, I guess.
If I didn't have my number, I was always trying to prove why I wanted that number back. So I guess yes.
Okay. Yeah. I think it means something.
Yeah.
I went back from different numbers all the time because I had a different favorite athlete like every season. And I was. But yeah, Franklin, he's mentioned he feels better in 11. But his over-under on yards, 18 and a half. And I feel like, again, that's something that he could reach in the first quarter. I mean, if they're looking his way for a couple of different plays, I mean, really, that could be done in the first play. He's a deep throw threat. That's what he was last year. Was least known for. But he's really opened it up this offseason. So I think 18 and a half yards for Troy Franklin is going to be easy money.
As long as that growing thing isn't as serious, I'm pretty sure it's doable.
Well, that's Mims.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's going to open it up for him a little bit more.
That you were picking.
No, Troy Franklin.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah, the Mims is out. That really.
Well, he won't be out.
He might not.
If he's a tad limited, then
especially with him being the punt returner, kick returner.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of see them holding him out a game, just so they can bring him back fully healthy the week after.
They could.
So that's why I feel Troy Franklin will get
18 and a half yards, dude. That's like nothing.
Yeah, if you take that all into account, then yes.
I personally think that Troy Franklin's going to come out to be your guys' number one receiver in the season.
Honestly, I don't know, man. I kind of feel that way too, but then I think about Court. Obviously, had a pretty good season last year. They just paid him.
Well, that was just security, but I feel like with this, when somebody else steps out, like with this fool stepping up this year, is going to help. Like with Court and Son getting paid, it's going to help him, get better, and like all those like he's just going to have like that connection. I don't know. I may be just.
I don't know. There's still Mims, and then there's
for sure.
What's your
Pat Bryant?
Bryant.
He has there's a bunch of receivers, but I just feel like since they have that history, it's going to just continue, basically.
I'm really high on Franklin. So high that in the 2 fantasy leagues I'm part of, he was my 7th round pick, and no one was going to touch him. But I didn't want to risk him having a huge game this week and then getting picked up on waivers before me. So I went ahead and drafted him to stash from my bench and watch him blossom because I think it'll be early, especially with the opportunities he's going to have, especially with Mims being possibly limited. Really excited to see what Franklin could do this year. So for our parlay, the Third and Thirsty podcast parlay, check us out on nah, just kidding, we're not on Underdog for this. Underdog should pay us for all this free advertising we're giving.
Right.
We're gonna do Franklin 18 and a half over, Allen over 3.5, and then Mayer over 13 and a half yards.
And then we're gonna keep a run count every week, see how we did. We'll let you guys know.
We'll let you all know if we hit, if we do.
Hey, bet along with us.
Yeah.
But we're not paying your losses if it doesn't hit.
Not at all.
But if you do hit, you can send us beer, Bev mode, gift cards, whatever you want to send us. Share the wealth.
Just subscribe and like. That's all that matters.
Yeah, just do that. Do that. Just make sure you subscribe and like. Yeah. Okay. Final picks.
Let's do it.
All right. This is the first one of the year. We're going to keep a running tally of this, of course, and make sure we know who had the best picks throughout the season. We're going to pick each game. We'll go through the calendar, starting with the Chargers and the Chiefs. Let's go.
Obviously, said it before, you guys disagreed, but I feel like the Chargers are going to win this game by the score of 24-17. It's going to be a knockout, drag-out game. Both teams are going to be a little rusty. Defenses are really going to shine. But I feel like eventually, like I've said it over and over and over, the running game for the Chargers is going to prevail, and that's what's going to push them forward for the win this week. 24-17. I don't know the numbers. Don't ask me why. That's just the numbers. That's what I feel like is going to happen.
Guessing the score of a game is almost like impossible.
But I'm just saying, like, especially week one, you have no idea what they're going to look like. You have no idea what the offense is going to do. So it's like, it's honestly a toss up. That's why I just felt like 24-17 is not too high, not too low. I just kind of feel like that constitutes a really good game.
Okay. Edgar, you want to take your stab at this one?
Sure. As much as I hate the Chiefs, I personally think that you guys losing Slater is gonna hurt you guys. Hopefully, I'm wrong. And personally, I think the score is gonna be 19-17. It's gonna be pretty close, coming down to a field goal.
And you got the Chiefs.
The Chiefs win.
That's literally what the score was at the end of their second game last year. The doink in. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the Chiefs find themselves on those one-score games quite often. I think we said before we got going, they were 10-1 last year. Some of that was grit and determination and experience
By the refs.
Some of it was from outside sources. We'll leave it at that. This game, I think you're right. I think they're both going to come out a little slow, a little rusty. Not only is it the first week, but you're traveling all the way down to Brazil. Mm-hmm. You're off schedule. You're playing on a Friday night. It's just weird. Time change, you said, isn't that different? I'm not.
No, I believe it's only like a 3-hour time change.
Okay.
Maybe 4 tops.
Okay. I'm not learned, so I don't know where Brazil is in regards to time differences. But I think you're right. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. We talked about it last week in giving our picks, and it hasn't changed. I think the Chiefs win. But I think it's something like, stupid, like 21-17. I think the Chiefs get that lead, and they just kind of hold on to it. Mahomes hits Kelsey for a third down conversion a couple of times, drain that clock, and Herbert isn't able to step up and take advantage of any situations because that's what Herbert does. TikTok quarterback stat.
Usually the defense that doesn't help him out, but okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So Omar, Scottish Chargers, both me and Edgar have the Chiefs winning this game, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know who I'm going to be rooting for, honestly. I hate the Chiefs more than I hate the Chargers, but also I'll be with the Chargers fans. So seeing you sad will be tight.
Hopefully it ends up how the Chargers and Broncos game ended up last year with you leaving without saying anything.
Storming out of the stadium.
Don't leave me at the restaurant. If you get your own freaking Uber.
Hey, I walked back to the hotel. I'm pretty pissed off. Well, I said walked. I meant stumbled back to the hotel. Yeah, that wasn't a very fun
night. With your brother's help.
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Going down the schedule, we got the Raiders and the Patriots. Edgar, you sounded pretty confident earlier. You saying we got to win?
That we're going to win. Score-wise, I feel like, we're like I said, we're both teams learning new schemes and everything, so I don't think it's going to be as much. And I feel like both our defenses are going to be doing it. They're going to do pretty good last stopping both of our defense. So it's going to take a minute for our offense to score. So worst case, I'm going to go. I'm going to go. Fuck.
You're not gonna nail the score, bro.
No. Like I don't want to like do it too fucking like. I mean, I'm not trying to like nail the score, but I'm just trying to keep it like at least more very reasonable, basically. So I'm gonna go like fucking 17 to like fucking 17-14.
17. Okay, a pretty low scoring game.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna come down to a field goal, and whoever like has that field goal.
But you're taking the Raiders.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, week one is like notoriously impossible to call. So it's going to be a tough game to really figure out. Last week I said the Raiders were going to lose. I think the Patriots with a much better head coach. Gerard Mayo was garbage, and Mike Vrabel is a pretty damn good head coach. Getting fired the year after you win Coach of the Year, shout out to the Titans for doing that. It's pretty egregious. He's obviously a really good head coach. Big upgrade over Gerard Mayo. Drake May going into his second year. Again, the offense, the weapons around him don't really scare me either. But it would if I had the Raiders secondary. I think, again, with Josh McDaniels drawing up everything he can to try to make a statement week one against the team that fired him. I've seen what Josh McDaniels can do against teams that fire him, unfortunately. I think he has a decent enough game. I think it's 27-17. I don't have a lot of faith in the Raiders offense quite yet. I think they will get it going at some point during the season, but a lot of moving parts, and I don't think they'll quite have it going yet. So I got the Patriots winning this one quite comfortably. Omar?
I got the same score as Edgar, but flipping the teams.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's going to be by like a pick six, and then they just hold on to the score. It's going to be something like the defense comes up big for the Patriots somehow, some way, and then that score just holds. It's not going to be like last minute. It might be like middle of the fourth quarter, and then just the offenses can't get going, and just the defenses prevail at that point. I don't think it's going to be an exciting game.
No, it's going to be a boring game.
I think it's going to be a slow churn out. Both teams are going to try to run the ball. Neither team's going to be able to pass very well because they're both, like you said, what everybody said already, learning the new offense, new schemes for both sides. So I think both teams are going to try to run the ball, and it's just going to be slow game. Fast because the clock's going to keep running, but it's going to be a slow game. Not as much action as you hope.
Yeah. It's interesting. We have different thoughts on how that game's going to go. So ultimately, Edgar's got his Raiders. I got the Patriots. Homer's got the Patriots as well.
Not by much, but yeah.
This one might be a little bit easier. The Broncos Titans. I think we're all on the same page. I'll start off. I have a lot of faith in the Broncos winning this game. I do have a little bit of fear that the running game is not going to get going the first couple of drives. I feel like going into halftime, the Broncos will be up, but it'll be like 10-3, 10-7, something like that. Maybe the Titans get a scoring drive and make it close. But once the Broncos get their feet under them and they start really moving the ball down the field, I think by the end of the third quarter, it's like, okay, this game's over. And the game ends up being like 27-13, something like that. Broncos.
Oh, well, you can go first.
I kind of feel the same way, except for I just think that they're going to get up and that they're going to have confidence in their running game, even though it's just that the Titans sunk so bad. It's not going to show you guys. It's going to give you almost like false confidence, like because their team is so bad. Yeah, you're going to get that confidence boost.
You say that like they don't have like a competent head coach running.
No. I'm saying that the running, as far as running game goes, that's what I was getting towards. Is the running game. You're not going to get a full feel of what you're going to get from a better team on defense. That's going to not give you as easy as open lanes. I don't know. I just feel like the defense for the Titans is going to get pushed around a little bit, a little easy, a little easier than most other teams, which is evident because they were the worst team in the league last year. So
yeah,
it's a good, like you said, it's a good warm up game. I feel like it's a good. The NFL put it on the tee for you and just said hit it as far as you can.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like the next week after that is going to be more of a telling for what your running game is like.
Okay. Well, fair enough, I guess. So you got the Broncos.
Yeah.
Yep. Edgar?
I feel like, honestly, because it's the first game of the season, I feel like the Titans defense are going to come out pretty strong. I'm not saying they're going to fucking make a difference, but it's not going to be as like high scoring or you guys are not going to be like moving the ball as much as you guys think it's going to be. I feel like the Titans are going to be able to score, but still not to be able to get the win. So I'm going to go 21, like 17 in the worst case.
Okay.
I didn't give my score, but I felt almost the same as you, like 24-13. I don't think the Titans are going to do much on offense, and then once you guys get the lead, it's just going to bleed out the clock.
Bleeding out the clock. That's the way I see the game going too. Yeah. Okay, so we got all three for the Broncos going into week 1 against the Titans. Yep. Okay. Well, cool. Well, that pretty much wraps up the week 1 preview episode of the Third and Thirsty podcast. It took 8 months for us to get here. Excuse me. We're finally here. Can't wait for Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday night.
Monday, yeah.
Yeah. We're finally back. We're finally back. It's the best. Anything to add?
Super excited. That's the only thing I can say is I'm so excited. That's all I can think about the next freaking 4 days. Even though we're going on this golf trip that we're doing on, like I'm fighting myself. What am I thinking about? Am I thinking about the game, or am I thinking about going and having fun with the boys? Like, it's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem
to have.
It's definitely a good problem to have. Anybody that's watching that's stuck around this long and happens to live in Monterey, California, recommendations, throw them in the comments. Yeah. We'll be up there.
Also, we want to say thank you for watching us now. We went through the most boring part of the season.
Yeah.
We're about to get to the most exciting part. So, keep coming back, keep watching. We're going to just get better and better.
Yep. We're having a lot of fun doing this. Join us, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Again, we're here to have a good time, talk some shit. Tell us how bad our picks were, how bad our analysis was. We're here to
give us your point. But.
Yeah, we're here to hear it all.
And hey, if you have a friend who's a fan of the teams that we're playing against this week, tell them to check us out.
Yep.
Tell them to come talk shit. Tell them to say something in the comments about how dumb we are. We don't care. Bring it. We'll comment and we'll bring the heat back.
And if we ever say, mostly me, anything wrong, correct me. Comment. It's fine. I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm not gonna fucking correct me. It just comment, say I'm wrong, and we'll have that discussion.
You're wrong about the Raiders winning this week.
Well, you're wrong about this. You're wrong about them winning the Super Bowl, but yet you still say it every single time we sign up.
Speaking of which, we're down to 157 days until Bo Nix wins his first Super Bowl. That's the end of the podcast. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, right.